I think, because instead of having the Sky to kind of support any kind of, or provide initiation for someone else, SSK should be able to do it himself on the Reyna. I want to see how much of a difference that makes. Everything's seemingly happening over here in spawn. Hoodie's going to try and catch them out as they burst through the barrier orb, and he goes down himself.
Walls being funneled in, trying to move people, corral them into the right position for the taking, but at the moment, A site is covered, and the spike is going to get planted in by Na'Vi. They are going to hold off against the short. Cloud moving on in, looks for the early shots, finds a very solid pick over onto David P, falls back to the team, doesn't want to give ground, they shut the door, force the sound cues to come through. At the moment, Vodafone Giants looking pretty shaky on this retake to start off, but it's still a pistol round. Anything can happen. As they dash on in. Fidinho first up to bat into the Cloud burst with the tailwind as Cloud finds yet another. They only find 1 and 2 fall. Now it's just Meadow on this Cypher to try and challenge. Will find Arch, 73 HP, and the time is ticking away, but the timer will...
Early recon dart out, doesn't actually see anything. I don't know if SSK is going to know that David P is right around the corner. He can get one of them, but Ambi's there to trade. And that wasn't what Na'Vi were looking for as Vodafone continued to clean up, and there's just 2 players of Na'Vi left already.
Meadow doing work in the mid with that Cypher, trying to open it up, control the ground, and shut any hopes of Na'Vi getting back into this round down. Dino and Cloud now, last 2 standing, split the 4 corners of the map, but it's not going to matter because there's a neural theft in tow to spot them out exactly. The spike's in control. Vodafone Giants have all the cards in their hand to play.
Dino trying to check these corners. Cloud as well. These are the same 2 players, by the way, who survived out the last round. Everybody else, like, losing those weapons, losing that money for the team. He gets the kill, but he can't quite land the second one onto Fidinho.
Left.
Leaves Cloud on his own. He can collect the spike. But again, it's all about the face checking here.
Moving for more. Fidinho around the corner. Oh, this is bold. Holding the corner, gets the shot. Arch goes down, and without their Sage, they will have no healing. They've been moving on with it as well. SSK taking a lot of damage from that. As the lockdown comes through, they manage to get the detain onto 1. And Na'Vi do take the site, but the retake looking pretty strong. Look at the flank coming through, and they're checking the angle. The Cosmic Divide's there, looking for the retake. Dino is scouted out. Perhaps they have a read on that one, but goodness me. Na'Vi going to be unhappy to have that flank taken down. Now 3 players moving in from A main, trying to swing on it. The Owl drone's there, Cloud holding towards the winery, and he's just going to get scouted out as well. Pushed out of the corner and taken down by the shock dart. It's only 2 players left. SSK and Dinks trying to hold it. Fidinho up close and personal. End of the barrel down his throat. Going to blow him out. And we'll start to fall on through. The rest of the squad comes back in, and it's the Vodafone Giants to get the retake. The defuse comes out. They won't even...
Down by Fidinho for whatever reason here. It's going to require more of a proactive effort from these players in mid to go and recollect it. Now you've got an engagement occurring over on A main.
Both of them happened. They popped off straight at the same time. Fidinho wins it, and across the map, Ambi wins it as well. That is
30
2
seconds
picks
left.
coming through for the Vodafone Giants. Yet again, Cloud able to move through, get towards Gardens, but has a tough time moving any further. Fidinho refaces onto the corner and misses the shot. Actually goes down to the spray, but Hoodie's there for the backup. That's the spike. 14 seconds left. Drops the Lear, and SSK will be able to finally get some frags on the board. Hoodie not going to be able to stop that one going in, but out comes the Hunter's Fury. There comes the tags. Needs to try and tag it towards the spike going down, but doesn't actually manage to land any damage. 2 versus 3. With the off angle held by Cloud. I wonder if they're going to check the angle. No. David P swings out backwards. That's not going to do well for the health bar. 2 versus 2 now. As SSK and Cloud are there. They have got that Hunter's Fury. Just keep Cloud safe. Try and buy some time with SSK. You might just be able to get around on the board. I'm going to slow it down.
It's not the first time that we've seen a recon dart be missed, but Cloud gets the kill onto Ambi. It's leaving just Meadow here, John.
There's not too much more to do. Trying to hold for those pushes as well. Tagging the spike yet again. And SSK able to fade away. where they're in a post plant where the Reservoir target, and it's easier said than done, especially given the strength of the displaying on the defense for the Vodafone Giants. If Coutinho gets a pick, that might just be enough. Able to find one, stays in the Cloudburst and actually peeks around the side of it. Whipping around though, it's Cloud immediately changing tack. The Spike not committed to any position right now, and a forward position being held by Dinks allows them some opportunity to move towards the B. The dark cover about to expire. Trapwire will be the next main obstacle, but from out the top towards Pizza, they're going to flood on through. Not quite able to guard the cross there as well for the Vodafone Giants, and they will be allowed in. Hoodie getting scanned out, needs to slow it. David P's there as well. A lot of damage from the shock dart. SSK finds David P, confirms that kill as Dinks gets it on the crossfire. 12 seconds left, and they need to be worried about Hoodie. Just needs to slow them down just a little bit. Only one kill found. Now with 6 seconds left on the clock, they're able to get back in and get that spike planted. The ankles are spotted again. Fancy footwork, not going to help you there. SSK on the triple kill right now. A reign of terror from the Reina. And SSK starts to stand up for the team. Na'Vi, going to be proud, but Meadow looking to prove to be a thorn in the side here. He falls on back. I feel like this is, again, just going to be looking to be an economic decision. Looking for exit frags. Trying to limit Na'Vi's economy a little bit more than it already was. But that...
Got some utility to go up against here if they do try to pass in through the A site, and especially consider that Tree is being occupied by these defenders. That's going to get smoked off, but it doesn't stop Dinks from getting a kill.
Moving up towards the A site, now swelled on over. The Vodafone Giants getting the plant on in. Retake with 5. There's a flank to worry about, but David P's very far away from this one. All 5 players for Na'Vi looking close for the retake. Coutinho taken down through the dark cover there. Meadow trying to hold around the side. Has to take care of the darts, and actually David P dealt with on the flank as well. Now it's just Hoodie and Meadow, and now it's just Meadow, but he's not going to be able to get too much more done. Na'Vi with an excellent fast retake there to be able to close things down. They find those mistakes and they exploit them. A good start to the defense.
Another lead for them. This is how the first half started. Na'Vi did have pretty close to this barrier orb, but now it's almost been removed. See what these Vodafone players do, because you can see the way they're pushing here on mid. The first kill goes to SSK. I don't think David P was expecting him to see him, but Coutinho was there to trade. Looks like Vodafone have pretty much made their way onto this B site. They just got to deal with Arch.
They're going to try and control it there. Arch is going to hold strong for 1, but not for more. And now it's a Spectre and a Bulldog against 2 Spectres. The plant going to be coming in as well. Killjoy and the Astra both playing from the same position. Killjoy utility all the way over on A. So they're down just that little bit. 2 shock darts available for Ambi as well. So post-plant probably a little bit stronger here for the Vodafone Giants. Setting up for the retake.
Cage trigger.
Move on through. They even have a cyber cage to invest here. It's going to slow things down. In comes the recon bolt. Trying to push in as 2, trying to swing on the corner. Good sprays from Ambi, nails 2 headshots. Oh, he's chopped to bits with that one. Going to be able to get away with it, and that is what you... Will be unchallenged fairly significantly there. Spike getting planted. In comes the retake. And there's the Hunter's Fury to try and dissuade that one from going through. It will stop the plant there, as well as get a kill, actually, over towards Hoodie. So they're not going to give up the ghost on that. Now they're going to try and put the... oh, no. Goodness me, every ult's getting thrown at the wall to see what sticks here. The Killjoy dropping it, and there goes the spike. 2 kills for Coutinho up on that jet. 3 versus 3 now, as the lockdown has timed out. Spike did get planted. It's fairly open towards A main. Those stars need to be good, and underneath, it's Meadow in hell as Dino pushes through with the judge. There we go, looking for more. Swings out wide, gets the range, but can't quite land the spray. The shot's not there, and Vodafone Giants wrest it back. Dinks gives ground. 4 players alive for Na'Vi. Not going to get blinded, but Dinks actually evades it. Steps back, a little bit disciplined. 15 seconds. This is not a lot of time to play with for the Vodafone Giants. They need to get up onto site. There's a player up top to deal with, and Dino isn't going to have a bullet find him until right towards the end. Cloud also finding a pick here. 4 seconds. This is a crucial spike plant as well coming through. 3 versus 3 as the Vodafone Giants enter the post plant. Shots landing pretty significantly over towards the Vodafone Giants as well. But now they can start to cinch this one in. wrap it around and try and tie it up in a pretty old bow as David P and Hoodie find the shots they're looking for. And another to boot. Cloud.
I'm not cultured like you, apparently, John.
Disappointed.
Oh, well. See the setup here from Vodafone. There we go. Coutinho's in. They look to make their engagement.
30 seconds left.
We'll be starting to push on through the cyber cage. And RV find two to kick things off. Looking for another, but Meadow shuts it down. SSK trades off. And now 2 players left for Vodafone Giants. Meadow not done. Looking for more, controls those sight lines, but they don't have the spike. They've only got 12 seconds. It's all onto Meadow. Controlling the high ground as well. Tries to fake for the spike plant. There comes the Hunter's Fury, and it's going to delay things even further. They don't have time. They need to stick it. There's just not enough.
One enemy remaining.
And the Vodafone Giants are going to let it slip. Meadow with a 4K on the round, but it is not enough. Na'Vi. This game right now. Honestly insane. In comes the lockdown, and they're holding out B. Move forwards into this? Are you crazy? The Vodafone Giants are going to try and take out the lockdown, and it's not going to get destroyed. Not yet. Oh, finally able to swing on it, and Ernie gets a kill. But 13 seconds, and Na'Vi find 2. Na'Vi staying alive as SSK lands the shot. 8 seconds and counting. Now 2 versus 2, but is there time? 5 seconds and ticking. You need to nail it. And with that final kill, that's all they needed to do. Cloud racks up a third for good style. They're starting to move up. Stacking up to B. Maybe mid as well.
I mean, look at all of mid is totally open. It's not like they've got someone like SSK who's holding up there like before, so they can just block it off, but very quickly get in position to move into B.
RV tried to hold face, but Hoodie again, he's on fire. Vodafone Giants, they want to close it down here. Only 1 overtime for us, they say. 13 and 12.
Spike planted.
Looking for that 14th. Post plant, no ults. It's all on the gunplay. Utility looking pretty barren, but SSK does have those tools. He's got the leers to try and get around, the dismisses. See himself a little bit safer. They're going to know the presence though. Check the corners. Leer invested. Crucial utility there. The Killjoy turret is down. Going to get spotted out by the drone. Spraying out, controlling these corners, controlling these angles. But the time, it's ticking down. SSK tries to move forwards for Na'Vi, but he's getting slowed. Dinks finds 1, tries to flick for the second spray. David P lands 2, and the third, it's all Meadow.
Guy on the side of Na'Vi as opposed to the Reyna Jet that they've played in the past.
Already though, they're wasting no time. The Vodafone Giants not playing slow this time around. Stark departure from their performance on Ascent. They're able to get the game either way, but fast over to the A, getting this plant down. Fair enough, you know, it's freeze. You're generally going to see a lot more retake strategy coming in through, especially from a slower team like Na'Vi. And they are going to start to mount their retake. They've already lost a player though. Meadow traded off. Vodafone Giants starting to fall. They are going to trade 1, but it's just going nowhere near where they want it to go. And Na'Vi moving in. Abby last to face, but there's 3. He jumps around the corner and bites off way more than he can chew. Good retake coming through from Na'Vi.
Yep, nice start to the round. Let's not forget, of course, though, that, of course, Na'Vi won the pistols on Ascent, too. So he did try, and that's the important part. Again, just providing a little bit of Overwatch. There's the guiding light, but there's going to be a flash in return. This time, SSK can't find anything, though.
I mean, he certainly tried to play around that corner, but unfortunately, it might be the participation that counts, but the participation in Berlin is contingent on winning here. Both of these teams down to the wire, and Vodafone Giants 1 step closer to saying safe so far. Na'Vi really want to take this one down. They're starting off with the way to do it. Already 3 kills coming in for Cloud as he rallies in from Connector, moves through the Hawks around the edge, and there's depression across the board as Na'Vi gonna roll it on up, and it's an ace for Clouds to be able to take round number 3. The Bulldog bites back.
Who needs SSK when Cloud can just pick it all up, right? No, it's been some really, really nice defending rounds.
Out of my way.
I mean, it's just a ton of kills being racked up for SSK.
Blade Storm invested already by Coutinho. Do they check SSK's position? I think they just took down the Owl drone there. 1 for 1 so far, and it's not ideal right now for Na'Vi to be playing in these spots. Dino able to escape from the purview of the Bolt, but not from the Seekers. In the meantime, though, Na'Vi rally and cry. And then around the corner, the Vodafone Giants continue to frag. Goodness me. Even with these pistols, they're still pretty brutal. Hoodie mean, he closed out the last one with a cheeky little triple. And he wants more here. Arch might just come a cropper, going for the double face, and Hoodie gets a triple as well here. Only with the Sheriff, but he's got to lay down the law. The spike still in their possession. The cross guarded by Dinks. Maybe just waiting for some utility to go on through. The flash not going to stop it. Look at this, just keeping the line of sight going with the Phantom. And Meadow's just afraid to cross. Gets across, pretty much unscathed though. And they get the spike.
Spike planted.
Now it's just Dings. He's got to deal with this post plant. And with not much information either. Not much life.
Na'Vi, a really good start here for their attacking side here on Breeze. Again, sorry for their defensive side on Breeze. They're going to keep on going. Keep on trying to hold it out.
You should run.
A lot of momentum found, and they're trying to lock down the site for the attack to just zone everyone away, get all of them onto the site safely, but they've already lost Patino for the Vodafone Giants. You're not going to force the defenders away, sure, but the retakes, we've seen them from Na'Vi. They are strong today.
I've got your trail.
But less strong. Fair enough.
Yeah. And the Seeker's going to be coming out from Vodafone Giants. Cloud shut down one of them as they try to move on in. They need to get this retake. The kill from David P from behind, but the trades are coming in. Puts it in a 2 versus 2.
Dino with a 180 skull clicker. That's going to be felt in the morning. Gets another one as well on the swivel. Picks up the Phantom, and now it's just Meadow. Trying to play for this retake, and they're not giving it away. Meadow tries to control it, but the Vodafone Giants lose control, and Dino should be able to stick this defuse. There's plenty of time left.
Back to have a bit more of a defense over towards this A. Cloud's back in that position. The Seekers are being sent out by the attackers to hunt out what they can, and with the door being open means they're going to find Cloud pretty easily.
Cloudburst as well. I feel like they could have snuck around the corner and got a little bit further, but blocks out the vision nonetheless, and they'll be just fine. Post plant already coming through, and obviously that Viper's Pit completely nullified. But Arch trying to force them over to the A, and looks like they didn't want to fight that either way. Are we going to go for this one? Sorry, is the retake going to come through? I'm not entirely sure it would do, but Vodafone Giants, they want to stop anyone sneaking away past the openings, and now 3 players stand. SSK, ever watchful. Here's the vent. We'll be able to clap back over towards David P. There's the recon bolt, and they'll know he's faded away around the corner, probably not crossing that open ground, so they can isolate his position. Excellent game awareness there to know exactly what...
That is great deterrent from any kind of post plan. Like, I worry for Na'Vi here.
In come the Hunter's Fury, out come the Seekers. Ambi gets the first over towards Dino, and they will be denied the presence on the site. The spike moving up. They don't have the Viper Pit just yet. David P, he misses the first, goes to the second, and then picks up the first back. And the old switcheroo is going to work on out for him. 2 players left standing for Na'Vi. You're worried about it, and that has come to pass. It will bring to bear those worries, and the spike getting planted now needs to be retaken. Cloud with the first shot. Seeker's actually invested here as well. We'll try and block some of the shots from the operator, but David P on the back lines, they'll know about it. There's a Seeker there, so they start to push on forwards with the Empress. There's a lot invested actually coming through. Cloud isn't controlling the angle, and it's a clean 6 and...
Mistakes, but will they?
Range to be seen. All the way up through the bridge, through the tube. And the flash is out, trying to take control in a swell over A. Patino playing close, actually getting dropped fairly low there. SSK with the first frag over towards Meadow, looks for more and finds the head. Now at range, it's Dino as well to chime on in. And the Vodafone Giants, they're going to have to back off here. There's really not much more to it. Try and rethink, get some exits, get some ult points on board, try and get closer to those Seekers, to that Viper's Pit, which is pretty firmly important for David P to be able to hold on to.
Hawkeye! Blinded!
Guiding light, so Hoodie knows that there's someone nearby. Gets SSK. He doesn't quite know where Arch is at the end.
All Vodafone Giants, they've got that Marshall on board. You see it a lot more on Breeze. A lot of open space, a lot of long sight lines. So even on these ecos can be effective. Na'Vi, though, they're not going to slow down. Dino taken down in the meantime on a flank. Actually, David P maybe be able to sneak on through. Spike does get picked up, but finally Na'Vi come back on in and even it. Just that little bit. A little off the top. The spike now being held in the hands of Arch for Na'Vi. Yet to move up to site. They're playing it slow yet again. They have almost the entirety of the site. And yet, they bide their time.
So they don't have the wall up. They're waiting to be able to put that one up because they can't hold all of these different lines of sight. There's finally the one that's going down. The owl drone coming in from Ambi is going to tag that out. Finally, the wall does go up, but not before Arch can actually be killed.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, goodness me. SSK, look at her. Maybe even go down here as well. The Bulldog's good. They pick it up off a body. And it's the Thrifty coming on through for the Vodafone Giants. I'm not sure if it's technically Thrifty, but it certainly wasn't there by. I mean, sure. But we still, we've had 6 rounds now on their attack and still yet to really have too much to say about it. Coutinho moves through. Meadow, though, takes the kill away, and actually the knives don't get reset that time. Puts them away. I'll have to wait for it. Nade, Snipe will not be able to land. Cloud lands the headshot instead. It's traded. The Na'Vi come out on top. 3 versus 3 now. Overall, and quicker on the draw, it's Cloud yet again. Starting to pop off. Seeker's now invested after coming online. The spray downs are good, and Cloud will finally fall to the snake bite. Ambi gets another. And now it's 1 versus 2 for Arch, who said he needed to step up a little bit more. Spots the Viper, will be able to shut down the Viper pit. Did get tapped. Oh, and the stop on the defuse there is crucial. Gives the game away the footsteps, but Arch steps up. And big time.
It does make you wonder. Oh, they're going to start making their initiation here onto B, led by the Hawks, but it's David P to get that opening kill as he backs off into the site.
I know exactly where.
Taken on down, 2 players already falling. Meadow doing so much work, trying to keep this one going. I mean, I said maybe the Killjoy isn't the best pick, but the guy playing it is pretty good as well. You have to be worried. 2 players now standing for Na'Vi, trying to boot their way up to the B site, but Dinks moving through. 3 bullets left in the magazine, so needing to land those headshots. Only 13 seconds. Slow for Na'Vi as ever, but with just 12 seconds left, they will be starting to go for it. A lovely little headshot there coming through. Dino finds another, and now it's just Coutinho. Has a Vandal himself, trying to move around the side. I think they know he's onto site, and now into a 1 versus 1. Coutinho low, and the spray goes the way of Dinks to bring Na'Vi to a 13-7, and we're going